Hey everybody, how are you today? Happy Friday. I hope everybody had a wonderful week. It is finally getting warmer here in Vermont. Our snow is melting very quickly. Yay! I am so ready for spring. I'm so ready to be able to wear my new boots around. I don't want to go out there right now because it's very muddy. This is usually what we call the mud season in Vermont because the snow is melting and we're seeing the ground, but it's muddy because of all the snow. So I'm still having to wear my snow boots when I go out to get the mail. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this ground getting a lot firmer real soon because that would be awesome. Unfortunately, I did tell you I would probably gain some weight because I'm on such a strict budget right now that all I'm eating is pasta. I gained a pound this week, and oh boy, thank goodness I got those new clothes from Amazon because I don't think any of my dresses would fit me now. I had gotten down to 255, but now I'm up to like 269.5, and I'm like, oh, dang it, rang it. And I haven't had any sweets for 2 weeks, but when you eat carbohydrates all the time, there's my spaghetti, you gain weight, and it's just not good. So, hopefully in May, I will be able to get back on track because April's going to be another tough month um, as far as food shopping. So anyway, yeah, I'm very disappointed, but life happens. You lose weight, you gain weight. You lose weight, you gain weight. It's just so hard to keep it off, especially in these days and times with everything so expensive. So that's that. Winnie is doing great. Winnie had apparently a really bad hairball stuck in her body, which is why she was coughing so much. I was afraid it was bronchitis or pneumonia, but the vet said she sounded fine. Nothing was wrong with her. He did give her a shot of antibiotics just in case something was going on. And then I woke up one morning to see this long hairball, and I couldn't believe it came out of her body. I couldn't believe she was still alive after that. I mean, that had to be a harrowing experience for her. My poor baby. So I have got to, they told me something to use for her hairballs, and I can't remember what the name of it was. Lac something, LAC. I'll look it up again. But they told me, I told her that I'm giving her the Iams food, the dry food for long hair cats, which is supposed to help with hairballs. And then I give her a canned food every other day. And apparently that's not good enough. So I'm going to have to eventually get something different for her to help with that. So, thankfully, she's back to screaming for food again, and that's a great thing. So, and she's back in her cat tree. She hadn't been in her cat tree for a long time. Maybe it was hard for her to curl up in there. She may have had a stomach ache or something from that terrible hairball. Because most of the time when I saw her, she was kind of like stretched out, sleeping. And so now she's back to feeling normal again. Thank goodness. I woke up with another spot on my face, and I don't know what this is. It doesn't look like this, which is a skin tag. Ugh, what a place to get a freaking skin tag, right? I just hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Getting older is so hard sometimes because you wake up with new spots every day. Every time I wake up, I've got new spots, and I'm like, well, oh well. My makeup does cover most of it, and if you can see my poor head, it is so still dented from my fall last July. Can you imagine? And I'm still getting headaches like right there. So, if these don't stop, I may have to go to the doctor and just, I mean, they did take a CT scan of my head and they didn't see anything, but, and I still get that concussion type feeling sometimes when I'm watching the computer, where you'll get real dizzy and you'll feel nauseous. You can get that from computer screens and phones. I had ordered some blue blocking glasses. These are these. They're not tinted at all though. So when I put them on, it does seem to help with the glare a bit. So these are these, and they're very comfortable. I got two pair. I got one pair, and I put the other pair in my purse for when I'm out and about and I need to read something. I usually wear glasses, but my glasses got so damaged during that fall. What happened was I was at a Keith Urban concert and I fell face first onto the concrete. I had fainted and my face was a mess. It was such a mess. I had cuts and bruises and I had raccoons under my eyes, which still haven't gone away. I just think it's permanent now. I believe this one is permanent. I still have some shadows here. I don't know. They may never go away. But I went to they took me to the hospital. I missed half the concert, and they took a CT. Everything was fine, but I did have a concussion. It was a pretty hard blow, and she told me, my doctor told me it could take up to 6 months for it to heal, and I believe it. And I still have all these dents in my head, which is so funny. But yikes. I look like I've been punched by somebody, but no, actually I got punched by the concrete. So it was pretty bad. But anyhow, yeah, and I've gained weight, unfortunately. I've been eating carbohydrates because I'm on a very tight budget this month and next month. And when you eat spaghetti and pasta and stuff like that, you gain weight. There's no getting around that. I'm hoping that in May I can get a better handle on my shopping and try to go to the store more, get more rides to go shopping rather than using Instacart. Instacart can get expensive. Even though I am a member, they take away the $7.99 delivery fee, which is great, but you still have a service charge, which is $2.50 instead of $4.99, and then you have to tip. So the least you'll spend on Instacart, maybe $15 at the least, or $10 if you have a small order. But usually my orders are like $60, $70, and then it usually comes out to $90 when you add in the tax and the tip and the service fee and all that. So it can get pretty expensive. I am going to try to utilize our local transportation company a little bit more to do maybe 2 shopping trips a month so that I can go to the store and avoid all those fees with Instacart. It's convenient, but it can get, it gets pricey. And so that's what I'm going to try and do starting in May. April's going to be tough because I'll need money for my trip. So I'll have less food money, that's for sure. And basically, that's about it. I did a sing stream last night with one of my favorite channels. That is J Mike, Jay space MIC. He lives in the Philippines, and I joined his channel. I don't know, 6 months ago or so, something like that. And he's usually comes on like every other day, and I hadn't been on in a while because I just hadn't felt like singing lately. So I went on last night with my new system. If you watched my video yesterday, singing John Lennon's Imagine, you will see that I have a new system. It's a new microphone, and it has an arm that I put on my table. And with that setup, I have to sit in a chair. Okay. Now I have one of those fold out chairs. I own one chair in this house for my kitchen table, dining table, and I really don't eat at my dining table. I usually eat in here while I'm watching TV or you know, on the computer. And So I've got this one fold out chair that I use, and it's not very comfortable. But I sat there for 3 hours last night. I had to keep getting up to stretch because it's just not very comfortable. But the way I've set it up, I have a nice background, and I really I like the way that comes out. So yeah, change of wardrobe. I was getting pretty hot in here. I have the heat on, and it's probably getting to the point now where I don't need to have that heat on quite as high as I do. So, yeah, that's kind of what's been going on this week. Just singing, Winnie's better, gaining weight, all that kind of stuff. And my singing last night, and I did that video of me singing Imagine, which is so appropriate these days. Every time I turn around, there's something new going on, and the world is becoming scary. The world is becoming scary, and I try not to think about it too much. I mean, we have no control over what Russia does, over what North Korea does, and after a while, I just have to stop watching the news. I don't watch news on TV. I tend to watch news on the internet, on YouTube. I watch Agenda TV. Was it Agenda Free TV? I watch Steven all the time. And then Stephen Gardner has a channel, and It's Jimmy has a channel. And they all talk about the government, things that are going on in Washington, in the White House, in the world. They're basically news channels that kind of concentrate on the White House and things that we as American citizens are concerned about, like the Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, inflation, all kinds of things. And after a while, I had to stop watching because it gets very depressing and very scary after a while. You know, Thinking about Russia and North Korea and all these countries that are threatening the United States, and some of our drones have been hit and blasted. I mean, it's getting scary. But I just can't listen to it anymore. It's just I don't want to live in fear. We have no control over what happens. So, just have to hope and pray for the best these days. And I just thought singing that song was really, really appropriate. So I hope you go over and take a look at it. It's got my new system there, and it sounds really amazing. So makes my voice sound even better, which I am happy about. And I am going to be a happy singer until I get this thyroid taken care of. I had a thyroid biopsy last month, and they found a couple of nodules, which are pretty normal. One was a little bit above average size, and I've been having constant sore throats, constant pain, here. And then when they did the biopsy, oh, it was so tender. So, my surgeon said that, with all these symptoms I've been having, that I probably need to get this thyroid nodule out. So, April 3rd is when I go to the ENT doctor. The only bad thing about this is that they don't have the specific specialized doctors that do this kind of surgery. And I'm not going to Dartmouth to have this done. It's too far away. There's no way I could get there. My local transportation company will do local and Burlington, but I don't think they're going to go all the way to New Hampshire. So an ENT doctor is going to do this, but she said they do this surgery as well, and not to be worried about it. So hopefully I won't be, so I don't know when that's going to happen. At this point, I would probably say May. So I'm enjoying my singing as much as I can because once that happens, it could really affect my voice, and I hope not, but it could. So, hoping and praying that that goes okay. Looking forward to seeing my sister. I haven't seen her in ages. 2003 was a long time. Last time I saw my sister, I never talk about her because we haven't been in touch for so long. But now we're back in touch. So, the big news for this week. Not everybody cares about it, but I do. As you know, I've been watching Molly Golightly for close to 5 years. And in the past 2 years, she has deteriorated so badly, with her personality becoming more and more hateful, vindictive, her language. I mean, she's gone through a total personality change. I mean, she was always a little rough on the edges, but she's gotten progressively worse over the past couple of years. And she's gotten to the point now where she's constantly threatening people. She's bullying, harassing. She doxes people. She doxes people in her Patreon who leave. Apparently, this is all allegedly. I've heard all of this stuff, you know, that she goes through friends like water. I mean, you can watch her one month, she's all happy with certain people. Then a couple of months later, those people are gone and she's bashing them. Then she gets a new group, keeps them for a couple of months, and then they leave her. Most of them leave her because they see how she is. She's really not a very good person, unfortunately. Um, so, the big news is that she has gotten 2 strikes from YouTube on 2 videos. One video was for doxing Mallory Williams. Her channel is House of Williams. She and Mallory were friends, I guess. They were part of the Heels on the Ground team, which is actually an organization, and they stole that title and called themselves Heels on the Ground. It was Bullhorn Betty, Molly, Justice for All, and then Mallory uh, was added last, was it summer? Last summer? Yeah, I think it was last summer that Mallory came along when they were all down in Savannah, Georgia, harassing Quentin Simon's family out in front of their house. Mallory was there, and so it was all 4 of them plus Dolly Vision. Now, this was their team at one point. It's not there anymore. Dolly has taken himself out of the picture. Mallory recently took herself out of the picture. Oh, and Olivia, Chronicles of Olivia, was part of that group too. She's no longer with them, and Molly is no longer with them. So the only heels on the ground right now is Bullhorn Betty. So it seems to me that when Molly became acquainted with Betty, that's when she started really getting hateful, really getting hateful. So the latest thing was that Molly and Mallory were together at Molly's house, either last week or the week before. Mallory was visiting, and some things happened that Mallory did not like and was not happy about. So when Mallory got back home, she did a video or a live stream. I don't think Mallory does videos, she does live streams talking about why she is leaving Heels on the Ground. And Mallory said that she really does not condone the behavior of all of them. So she made that video. Molly had a hissy fit. Molly started crying, definitely acting because she was not on screen, and just screaming and yelling, "Oh, she was my friend and I can't believe she did this to me," and blah, 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 blah. And so that's when all of the hateful things started happening. Mallory is a transgender person, okay? And I think she's a very, very pretty lady. Um, she always looks well put together. Her makeup is always really good. And because Molly did not like what Mallory was doing, Mallory was telling the truth about what happened on that trip. Okay. The fact that when they all went out to dinner, Mallory was the only one that actually dressed up for dinner. Everybody else was dressed up like schleps, she called them. But yeah, they were all in sweatsuits, and just like they were going to the park or something, no respect for going out to dinner. But and Mallory just looked like $1,000,000, and Molly schlepped off the bill. She wouldn't pay the bill, so the waiter gave Mallory the bill because Mallory was the one who looked like she was in charge because she looked so beautiful and was all put together. And just a couple of things happened. There was a video with Mallory and Molly in the car. That was hilarious. Molly was using her GPS map, right? And she was having trouble with it. So she started screaming at the phone. Molly was saying, "Turn off, you effer! Turn the F off." And the phone was talking back to her and saying, "That's not nice." It was hilarious. It was so funny. And Mallory was in the passenger seat and going like, what the hell is wrong with this lady? And she kept telling her, "Turn your phone off, turn off your map." And Map's like, I'm trying to turn this effer off. It's just screaming at it. And Mallory's trying to calm her down and she goes, "Knock, knock, Molly, are you in there?" It was so hilarious. And you could just tell the difference between the two, you know? Molly's just, she acts like trash. Even though she lives in this very expensive house in Hershey, Pennsylvania. She has a very crass personality. So, you could just see kind of the clash between the two of them. And Mallory and Molly were live streaming, and Mallory was getting a lot of money, and Molly didn't like that. So, just a lot of definitely differences. So once Mallory went home, and Molly did that video about her, you know, starting to call her names and starting to trans bash her. And Mallory just did a few videos just saying exactly what happened in Hershey and what it was all about. And ever since then, Molly has been trans bashing her. She's been threatening channels because commentary channels are talking about Molly and how she behaved. And they're talking about Mallory's video about her. This has been a big topic on the commentary channels lately and the clip channels. So, Molly has gone off the deep end. Okay, she's constantly trans bashing Mallory. She's threatening other people. She's bullying people. She's harassing people. She has doxed people for years on her channel and gotten away with it. Well, people are sick of it now. So, Molly did one live stream doing a St. Jude fundraiser. And on this video, live stream, she was trans bashing, she was harassing, she was bullying people, and that got reported by a lot of people. It wasn't mass reported, as Molly said. Mass reporting is when you tell people to go and mass report somebody when they are not violating terms of service. That's what mass reporting is. You accuse somebody of doing something that they haven't done. But YouTube got a copy of this live stream from people, and they immediately took it down and struck her for violating terms of service. Then apparently before that, she had done another video where she was doing the same behavior, and she actually doxed all of Mallory's information. Her real name, her address, her date of birth, and she put up a picture of her house on her channel. That channel got struck down by YouTube as well for violating terms of service. All she needs is one more and she's gone. Now, she was doing music in one of these videos, but that's not why her video got struck down. And she's going over to Perplexed and saying, well, it got taken down because of the music. No, it got taken down because of her behavior. So this is a victory for our community. We are starting to finally see these vile people being addressed by YouTube and being struck for violations. Molly is the third one that has started having problems. The first one was Dolly Vision. He got demonetized. Just found out that another channel, LB, has been demonetized. So everybody in this little group, one by one, are being taken down by YouTube in one way or another. So this video is getting a little bit long, but I'm happy to see that. The commentary channels have been talking about Molly, talking about Mallory and BHB. You know, they all have their own little ways of not being ethical in some certain situations. And as a result, they get on the commentary channels. And these commentary channels are not hate channels like Betty calls them. They're not bullying her. They're not harassing her like she says. Just look at Molly Betty. She's the one that's bullying, harassing, and doxing everybody. That is bullying and harassing. These commentary channels are legal on YouTube. It is fair use as long as they are commenting on the videos. They are, transferring them somehow. It is legal on YouTube and it's not considered hate. It's not considered bullying or harassing. So that is the YouTube news of the week. And we are ecstatic. All of us who have been at the other end of Molly's wrath um, are happy about this. The families that they have been exploiting are probably happy about this. And I just hope that each one of them get the karma they deserve. Um, and we'll go forward. So that's the YouTube news of the week. And I hope everybody has a great weekend. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.